using?
I'm saying
You're using true form Mahito. You did not say full power, fucking fully healed true form Mahito.
Okay, I'll explain it to you like this because you seem to not be understanding. I'm saying in this situation where he like actually went to kill Yuji, like I'm saying in the situation where he went all out to kill Yuji at the start and he didn't let it get to this point where he's getting fatigued and he's losing cursed energy because of all of these other external factors to this, right? Then I don't see any reason why the Black Flash would have one-shot him.
Wait, so you think that Yuji's Black Flash wouldn't have one-shotted him like at the start of the fight with true form Mahito?
No, I don't see any reason why.
Okay, based off of what?
I'm just saying I don't see any reason why. You haven't given me a reason. I'm just asking you for a reason. When I say no, I'm not saying
because they're the same character. Why the fuck would why would the true form Mahito that Yuji Black Flashed be like substantially or significantly weaker?
He has less cursed energy. He has way less cursed energy. He goes from being completely fine to he starts coughing up blood because of how weak he is.
Okay, yeah. Then wait, hold on. Then fine. Then the same shit would happen in the fight versus Yuta. What does this matter? Unless you think that
would happen in the fight versus Yuta, but
yeah, unless you think that he's gonna
have relative AP to Yuji's Black Flash.
Yeah, I think he definitely does at this point in time.
Yeah, okay. Privy has relative AP to Yuji's Black Flash and imbued with all of his cursed energy. Go ahead.
Sure, Yuta can well, yeah, sure.
Also, wait,
Ryu?
Can I finish my speed scaling first before we get into that?
Oh yeah, sure. You can finish your speed scaling.
Okay, so aside from that, then we aside from like Yuji should being above that Mahito, then I think that Yuji that fights Yuta should also be like above the one that fights Yuta. With the statement I already sent you before, and also the fact that we see he isn't as rage amped, he isn't in the zone because of Black Flash.
Okay, so your point is basically that, like, actually, just give me your whole scaling.
It's in chat. It's literally just the fact that he isn't 120% UGC.
No, but get it to Ishigori. Like, get him above Ishigori, like with your scaling.
Then Yuta, what's his name? Then Yuta, he should be the same. So this gets into whether or not like Yuta and Yuji stay this, or Yuta stays the same strength when he pulls out Rika. So do you want to get into that?
Yeah, I think Yuta probably does get stronger when he pulls out Rika.
Why?
Because it increases his cursed energy amount, which would increase his output.
I don't think he increases his energy amount. I just think he increases the amount he can output onto blasts, and that's
so if it increases the output, then it would increase the amount that he can use to cover his body. You just helped my argument, you fucking idiot.
Then this gets into whether or not you think output and amplification are the same. I think output is just external.
Output is very clearly. Hold on. Output is very clearly not the same thing as amplification. But if you increase the output, that does increase the output of any sort of stat. For example, characters with more cursed energy. Okay. Characters with more amplification, right, and output are very clearly different things.
Okay.
That's why they're stated to be different. But things like coating your body in cursed energy, right, are related to your output. Yuji makes the statement when he's fighting Yuta that you're the opposite of me, that you make up for your lack of physical strength with an overwhelming amount of cursed energy, meaning that output would very clearly lead to physical stats when it comes to Yuta, at least. Yes. That is the statement that Yuji makes. It's stated.
Okay. Yuji makes this statement, and he's saying that, okay, unlike me, you use loads of cursed energy to amplify your physical stats, right? However, that doesn't mean that the output that Yuta has would affect Yuta's physical stat or Yuta's amplification.
How the fuck does that lead to that?
Wait. Amplification is your ability to amp your body with cursed energy. Output is your ability
I don't think so.
Okay, do you want me to get your statement? Or reinforcement? Same thing.
Oh, if you're talking about reinforcement, yeah, I think reinforcement correlates to output very heavily.
Yeah, prove that right now.
UG statement.
UG statement just is commenting on the amount of cursed energy he's using to reinforce his body. I don't think that makes any claim on how much he can output at the time.
Wait, but you understand that if you increase the amount that you can output, you would have more to allocate to that, correct?
No, not necessarily.
Why? Why not?
I'll explain it to you. I'll explain it to you like this, right?
Because I'm not saying necessarily it's the case, but like, why would we assume that it's not?
I'm about to explain. Okay. So, for example, if I say, wait, if I say, oh, I can like release 10 cursed energy onto like onto like blasts, let's say, right? And I can release 100 onto my amplification. Just because the amount you can release onto your output increases, that doesn't mean that the amount you can release onto your physical body also increases.
What the fuck are
Because
you
then that
talking about? Your
presupposes that
output
it
is just the
requires
amount of
similar
cursed
levels of
energy that you're using
manipulation
on
to
anything.
do
What
this
the
thing.
fuck are you saying? Shinra, what are you
No,
talking about? Your
you
output does
saying,
not
okay,
have.
wait, what
Okay.
was your argument? Repeat that.
Okay.
Go
So
ahead.
you don't even know what I'm arguing for. What I'm
Oh
saying
my
is
god,
your
I hate
output
that.
is the total amount of cursed energy that your body is using, right? So when your
Prove that.
body, what do you mean prove that? That's just what those words
I can
mean.
give you
When you say
instances
cursed
showing
energy,
otherwise.
well, when you say cursed energy, right, that means like cursed energy, and when it's output, it would mean that your body is outputting it. So I would assume that it would be any ability that would be encompassed under cursed energy. Do you have any reason to
No,
believe
I
that it would be
disagree.
anything else?
I think whenever people say cursed energy output, they're referencing releasing your cursed energy external to your physical body.
Yeah,
For
and that's
example,
like the
cursed
same thing as reinforcement. Like they literally show your body being coated in cursed
reinforcement.
energy.
No, reinforcement is just taking your cursed energy, flowing it into inside your body and flowing it to
Then
different
why do
parts
they
of your
show?
body
Wait,
to
then
make
why
it
do they show
stronger.
it on the outside of your body?
They're showing it outside of the body to display it literally just flowing inside, flowing. Like it's literally just
Wait,
a
so they
visual
display it
depiction of it.
outside to show it inside? Why?
They're displaying the cursed energy or they're
And then why
displaying it
does
how it looks.
Gojo? And
Literally
then
just a
why does
visual
Gojo
thing.
say that when people don't have control over their cursed energy when they're fighting, their cursed energy leaks out from it? It's
Uh,
very clear that it's outside of their body because it just like
obviously,
shits out.
oh yeah, obviously, if you don't have any actual cursed energy control, then yes, your body would be unconsciously releasing it. But I'm saying
Yeah,
that
but
wait,
if
wait,
it's
I'm wait,
already
wait, I'm
internal,
so
if it's
wait, I'm not
internal,
done,
then why would it
I'm
be
not
just
done.
leaving
Now
your
wait, because
body?
now you're trying to act as if you trap me on something. Like no, now the whole thing
I
is
didn't
that people
trap
who
you. Your point's just retarded. I didn't need to.
I'm not done, dude. I'm not done. People who aren't sorcerers, right? They unconsciously release cursed energy. They don't know
Yeah.
whether or not they do it. It's stated that people who have cursed energy, right? They don't do the. Oh no, they stated they can't do this thing because they are always manipulating their cursed energy, right? So
Yeah.
that means that someone who is a sorcerer cannot externally release their regular cursed energy
What are you
external to
talking
their
about?
body, except in the cases where they're using curse techniques, dude,
What the
or
fuck are
using
you
blast.
talking about? No. That does not
Then it
lead.
gets on.
Okay.
Then
Can
it
we
gets
just
onto
wait?
your.
Okay,
I
I'm
want to
not.
do,
Wait, mod,
no.
motherfucker!
I
Holy
want to.
fuck!
Okay.
He just made a
I want to
huge
respond
point.
to the
If you can't
dude.
hold on, you didn't make.
I
Hold on,
want.
you just made a
Okay,
point. Can
we
I
can get
respond to your
into the other
point?
point later. We can
Wait,
get
can we
into the
just?
other point about the visual thing
Can I
first.
respond to your point? Because you
Yeah,
just
go
made a
ahead.
huge claim that cursed users don't have cursed energy outside of their body because of like
That's what I said.
normal people. That is what you said. Your verbatim argument was because people like normal people release cursed energy willy nilly, and that's what makes cursed spirits, right? That regular
Uh-huh.
people don't have cursed energy used outside of their body. That is
No, that's what I
not.
said. That's
That
what I
doesn't.
said. You're lost.
Then what
Sorry.
did you say?
Okay, I said regular people they unconsciously release cursed energy external to your body, but it's stated right that sorcerers they can't do this thing right. So sorcerers cannot release cursed energy externally to their body except in the case that you're coating it.
Cursed.
Except you're coating it to something that either directly attached to your body or you're using a curse technique or you're using a blast. I think those two are completely separate things.
Okay.
Like,
You understand that I'm not saying that people are leaking cursed energy out, right?
well,
And also,
that's what's stated.
hold on. I know. Sorry, do, what do you think my argument is
That's
right
the
now?
statement you're
Hold on.
referencing
I'm
to
just
make your
wait.
argument.
Hold on. What do you think I'm talking
So
about right now?
you're talking about the statement that says some
No. What
non-sorcerers
is my
release
argument?
cursed
Give me my
energy external
argument.
to your.
Give me my
Your
no.
argument,
Give me my
your
argument.
argument is your argument is well Yuta gets higher output whenever he's using Rika, therefore that should apply back to his amplification. But I'm
Wait,
saying no because
relating to the point.
I'm saying no, right?
Okay,
Because we
so you
see
can't restate my argument on this point.
output is
So
just
he
specifically
can't.
referencing external
Okay, you
release
don't even know what
consistently.
my point is.
Okay, if you think that's just a straw man of your point, then you can restate it or we can just move on.
Sure, I'll restate my point. The
Okay,
entirety
go
of
ahead.
my point, right, is that the
Uh-huh.
reason that output would be the same thing as, or like the reason that your reinforcement would scale to your output, right, would be
Uh-huh.
because when he says, surprised, I don't look like the power type, Yuji directly says he may not have much power, but he's got an immense amount of cursed energy, and they show aura flowing around him. Right now, I'm not saying that this aura is just leaking out of him on some bullshit, right? Doing nothing. I think Yuta has really good cursed energy control, but what I'm saying is, it seems to be the case that he's using cursed energy to like flow around him. And also this statement that cursed like jujutsu sorcerers don't hold on. Yeah. And the reason but he would be amping it on the outside of him, right?
Okay,
That would be
no,
like
it
the
wouldn't
thing that
be
you're
amping
coating
it.
your
Okay,
body.
that's
And then even then,
just you
output
presupposing that
just
this
means,
statement
and
doesn't say
also
then.
output just means the generation or the like putting out of something, right? So if whether it's on the inside of your body or on the
I don't think
outside of
you're
your
using the
body,
general
you are
denotation when
using
I'm
your
talking
cursed.
about, bro.
I'm just sorry. I don't know. Can I talk?
Go ahead.
Okay. Right? Because okay, how about this? If either one of us interrupt each other one more time, we just end the debate because we can't. Like this is like me and Quince. Like Quince and I can't actually debate because we can't like not interrupt each other.
You can have your good 30
Oh my
seconds.
god!
I'll
Jesus
explain to you why you're
Christ!
wrong.
Holy fuck! But damn!
You asked me a question, dude. I don't know what to tell you. But go ahead. You can have your
Okay.
30 seconds to make your argument.
What? Okay, I'm just gonna go
Not
and
30
get the
seconds in
scan
specific,
from.
but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and get the scan from Gojo, right? Because I don't think that means that because like we know that curse users like leave residual like fucking jujitsu and shit like that like all around them whenever they do anything, right? Huh?
Wait, can you repeat that?
We know that people, right, or curses and like cursed energy, right? Usually, unless you're deliberately trying to hide your tracks, leaves like residual like cursed energy.
In the case of like non-sorcerers or curses, yes, I agree.
Why do you think that wait, I'm pretty sure we can just get the Nanami statement because I could be wrong about it. I have to
The
find where
anonymous statement
Gojo's
is
first.
referencing
Okay.
Mahito, by the way.
Yeah, I know it's referencing Mahito who deliberately did it, but what I'm saying is kind of the way that he phrased it, at least from what I remember. To be fair, I only watched I watched the anime for that. Hold on, watching movies. Let me see. I have to find this.
I got two O's, one for the blood and one for the. I fucking lost. Okay, again. I got two. What's yours, monkey boy? 0.
Okay, I didn't feel any curse energy. The base of curse energy is negative emotion.
Bro.
When you mentioned that other time you were overwhelmed with anger and fear, right? When using curse energy, I always got any mad. No, just got pissed off. So when they're overwhelmed with emotion, they try not to waste curse energy. There are many ways to train for this. I'm gonna have you do a particularly tough one. Hold on. So this just means that like if they're not consciously and like training, like, this just means that it would be their output. Like this right here, even though they deliberately have to train to not leak it out. So that would mean that it would be their output because it's the generation of cursed energy, right? The same way that if a cursed technique stays on the inside of their body, I don't think it has to do with if it's on the inside or outside. Damn, bro, can I fucking get to the point? Holy fuck!
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Jesus H Christ! Okay.
My fault, Banky.
When they aren't like trained, sorry, I can't. Sorry,
He got
I can't even pretend to be
femboy.
mad. Femboy? Tamaki, you look more feminine than I do. What are you talking about?
That's not true. We saw your big pokey lips, red lips.
What are you talking about, Tamaki?
Last night, it's over.
Tamaki, I'm just saying, bro, I could like fireman carry you into like the next fucking building. It'd be bad. Like,
Bro, I would tank it.
like you would tank it?
Oh yeah.
You would take it.
Do you want to do do you want to do inverse IRL me versus you, Tamaki?
No, we could probably do it later. I'm just gonna one piece right now.
Okay.
Anyways, Jax is.
So yeah, when am I flying out to Florida? No, I'm kidding.
My good
The
sir, resume with your argumentation.
Yeah, sure. So when they're overwhelmed with emotion, they're not trying to like waste cursed energy, right? That means that they're like when they're overwhelmed with emotion, they're actually generating cursed energy. I think output would just generally mean anything relating to cursed energy, right? Just going off of the definition of what output would mean, right? So it's like when I say like, oh, like I'm outputting cursed energy, it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm fucking blasting it at somebody, right? If I'm doing something with cursed energy, I think anything doing with cursed energy or dealing with cursed energy would like equate to output off of this statement, then off of the UG statement later.
Okay, are you done? Okay, yeah. You are backtracking on what you said before. You already told me that like reinforcement and output weren't the same. So no, output doesn't need to do with every single thing that has to do with cost energy.
I
That's
didn't
one.
say they were one
Then
and the
there's
same.
wait, Buckaroo.
My
That's
fault, yeah.
one. Then wait, that's one. And then two, right? There's literally nine. There's 9 instances, right, of cursed energy output used to reference either curse technique or blast. So I just say that my argument, right, that it's just referencing external release of cursed energy in the sense that it's referencing you shooting it into blast and not amplification, it just holds true. If you want to hold true to your Yuji Kaizen thing, right, when you think that Yuji scales so high because of like his fight with Sukuna, then you'd have to be saying that, oh, well, Sukuna isn't actually nerfed in terms of his like physicals, right? He isn't nerfed in his amplification. Instead, he has to nerf his output, like in the sense that he can't use his curse technique to the same effect. So clearly, right, what this series is just trying to indicate to us is whenever they're referencing output, they aren't using just the denotation. They're using like what it is. It's just a specific thing, and the context to which each time this word is used, that's like that he leads to like that basically just tells us what this word is being used to mean. The other thing you said about how like you need to train to like do this thing. Of course you need to train to manipulate your cursed energy properly. I'm saying yeah, you need to train to do this thing. You need to train to not let your cursed energy unconsciously just start releasing into random places, right? Everyone has that training, so nobody would be doing this thing. So whenever they say, oh, Yuta's output is increasing, they're specifically talking about his blast. That's why he can only clash with Ryu when he uses his blast, like along with Rika. But yeah, you can go ahead.
Okay, yeah, cool. The first point that you said is that I said that reinforcement and output are the same thing. It's not what I said. I said that reinforcement would scale to your output. Doesn't mean they're the same thing. That's like the first thing, right? I think that's a meaningful distinction, right? I don't think fucking chakra is the same thing as like jutsus that scale to chakra, right? So then the next thing that you said, cursed energy output very heavily correlates to blasts and techniques. I'm not disagreeing with that. Like I never have disagreed with that. I think that's true, but what I'm saying is that the word that you're using encompasses more than just like blasts off of the statement that I said. You're treating it as is your name Jax? Okay.
My fault, Yankee. Wait,
So
a second.
the claim that you're kind of making with that statement of cursed energy output correlates like to curse taking blasts and not to the latter, right? When I've given you a statement or two statements actually that would like show why it would kind of be correlated to one another, right? We would assume that like we wouldn't just use like, oh well, the definition means one thing and not the other thing. We'd probably mean that like the definition encompasses both things. You just change your fucking Discord name to Jax. That's not Spurgy at all. But like generally speaking, right? Like yeah, I don't think that like anything that you've shown me would show me a reason for why it would be excluded in that definition, because all I've seen is reasons for as it would be included, and so far the things that you're saying where it's like, oh well, it's blasts this and this, right? Well, just the words like cursed energy output, right, and the other things that I've shown, it would just mean that the definition would be broadened. The third thing that you said was like with the Yuji Kaisen point with Sukuna would be weaker. I do think that Sukuna would be weaker, right? But I think it would be the same weakness as when he's fighting Yuji and when he's fighting Maki, right? So like I mean, pretty obviously, right? His like his cursed energy output, and I'm pretty sure, huh?
So Maki doesn't scale anywhere, so no more Yuji Kaiser. Okay, go my fault. So he's now your level now, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, maybe.
So you've conceded most of your tier list. You've downscaled Yuji to now your level for the sake of the debate, but you can.
No, I don't. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Right. I don't downscale Yuji to. Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't downscale Yuji to Naya level. And also, if you look where I have Naya, Naya's pretty high on the list. I mean, if you want, do you want to have a debate about my tier list? Or do you want to have a debate about this? Because I can explain to you, like, this doesn't break my overall tier list
we can
scaling.
keep going with this. I just think it goes against your Cup Kaizen.
Yeah, sure. Fucking Domain Naoya is at the top of like grade 1, and then I just think Yuji is like up there, right? Because the rest of it, right? Kashimo and Hikari, right? They only have narrative scaling, which is why they're up there. If you actually look at my tier list,
Wait.
Huh?
Let me just respond to the point that matters. Like, oh, well,
Okay, yeah, sure.
it's literally the same thing that I ran into when I debated coins. Now I see why people think you're relative. Is the thing with, oh, well, sure, I've shown this thing to be this one thing. However, this thing could also be this other thing. I'm putting into question whether or not it's also this other thing, right? And you've just kept repeating why it's also this other thing, right? Yob keeps it going back onto this main definition, which is that, oh, well, it is just the general release. It's just like releasing your cursed energy like you're releasing it external to your body as per the denotation. But I'm asking you, and I'm questioning why they're using the denotation in this instance. I'm saying, okay, even though regularly, right, regular people, they do release cursed energy external to their body, right, because they aren't trained, that obviously wouldn't be applicative to regular people who don't do that thing, right? Regular people, they don't release cursed energy external to their body, right? Because like that's just what's shown. The only other instance that you're using to support this is what they visually depict, like what they visually depict, like Yuta to have this large amounts of cursed energy, and they show it around his body. That's cool. I'm just arguing that they don't release it outwards in the sense that they don't release it into blast. They don't release it into like domains or curse techniques, right? So even if they do depict this thing to be somewhat external to the person's body, I think as long as it's still connected, then it no longer counts as output. It isn't a separate thing now. It isn't gone off on its own. No, it's just the same thing in someone's body or around someone's body. So it isn't output. But yeah, we can move off of this. I think
no, because you just made two really big points. You just said that I keep going back to the definition. That's not what I keep going back to. What I'm going back to, right, is that Yuji. Oh my god, I let you talk the whole. I swear to God, happens one more fucking time. Like, I'm just leaving. I don't care. I don't care anymore. Like, holy fuck, dude. I actually tried so hard to, like, not talk during your points. You fucking bring up 8 or 9 different things. You strum in the fuck out of each of my positions at the start of every single one of my things. If you can't, like, bro, if you bring up 9 things, I'm gonna respond to all 9 of them. I have a fucking notepad out right now, writing down everything that you write. So, if you can't,
take a picture
like,
right now.
What? Huh?
Take a picture right now. Take a picture right now.
My notepad? No, I'm not writing down everything. I deleted after the point. I don't want to clutter my notepad. What you had just recently, right? Is your big point was that I keep going back to the same definition. The definition is like my general reason for believing it. You call it into question because you're saying, well, the definition's never been used like that, right? Or like cursed energy output has never been like stated to be like that. But then what I'm saying is that characters with high cursed energy amounts, right, are shown to have buffed stats or like really amped stats. Examples of this are how Megumi's body, right, can go from being dog shit to suddenly being able to like go toe to toe with Yuji and Maki, right? Megumi's body is like below fucking Toto. Megumi is dookie shit when it comes to any sort of fighting capabilities. So that's just a very clear and obvious, like, yeah, cursed energy amp, like, you know, it like that would be like a way that like cursed energy like amps your stats, right? Now you're gonna ask me, okay, well, why does that necessarily correlate to output? Again, I would go back to the other point from when I showed Yuta. Like, it's pretty clear that like cursed energy amounts, right, or the amount of cursed energy being used would correlate to like the word output, right? So then it would correlate to the same thing. If you think you've already addressed that point, or if you think you need to readdress it, you can. But if it's the same thing, I think I've addressed my point. I think you've addressed your point. And we can move on.
Question. Okay. The only thing that I feel like I need to address is just the last part where you said that, oh, what's his name? Oh, he gets this output boost and he gets this amount boost. That's why he gets an output boost. I think the only reason he has like higher output is because I don't think it's because of a him thing. I think it's just Rika allows him to put in, like, Rika is also an external source of cursed energy, so she's putting in cursed energy into these blasts along with Yuta himself, right? So they are both charging up these blasts. That's why I stated he can only shoot high powered blasts with Rika. So he isn't, his out blast or his blast himself or his output itself isn't increasing, right? It's just, oh, Yuta Rika is helping him make this thing stronger. So,
yeah, Rika amps him. I'm sorry, my fault.
wait. Sure, when Rika comes there and she coddles his hand and helps him charge up the blast, you can argue that okay, in that instance he'd get a slight speed buff, right, or a strength buff. But I don't think he'd get the opportunity to do that against Mahito, right? And I also want what's his name, and we can get into the feats that I think he proved that he's relative to his pre Rika self, but. Do
Okay,
you
yeah.
want to stay on this point? Or do you want to just get into that?
Well, you kind of brought up that like Rika amps thing, so I'm curious as to why you would think that Rika would amp some
Yeah.
things and then not other things. Like why? Like I assume that if Rika is an amp, right, to his cursed energy, that it would be an amp to him like all around. So that would include his reinforcement, that would include his speed, that would include his strength, right?
Do you want me to explain, or
Well,
because Rika
I'm
specifically
just saying, like that's
stated
why I
to
assume it would be.
when Rika comes out, she's stated to refill his cursed energy, so she isn't giving him more cursed energy. She's refilling what was already there, so she isn't giving him more cursed energy. So even if you think that output, amount correlates back to amplification, she's just refilling him back to his previous
8 mile,
amplification,
my arms
and
back
she isn't
on,
giving
let's
him
see,
extra.
it's my curse technique. Yeah, sure, we can just reread the chapter. If you're right, then you're right.
Yeah,
Sky
we can.
So Space, conservative.
Someone's about to get clipped. Someone's about to get clipped.
I mean, yeah, if you knowledge clip me in JJK, I don't think it's a huge feat. I literally read JJK for the first time last week. You're my third debate, and my only other 2 debates are against Mercury.
Mercury dub, man. God.
Fine, makes me
Yuji versus
hungry. Blah,
Yuta.
blah. We're not doing, yeah,
Um,
well, we kind of are doing
no,
Yuji versus
I'm trying to
Yuta,
find
but
the specific
we bring on a
chapter.
Kotsu. Yuta's
It's chapter
dodging
176.
everything.
176, I found it.
Oh man, you're going to disappoint me, are you? Oh, I get it. You made a hole. Pops up. Let's bring him close. Let's satisfy the hunger, Kotsu.
176.
Kotsu, serious. They're at dessert. Here it comes. What? His output's high, and he releases curse energy with nearly instantaneous explosiveness.
Wait a second.
Blah, blah.
Reread that statement again out loud again.
His
His
output's
output is
high,
high.
and
Uh-huh.
his output's high, and he releases cursed energy with nearly instantaneous explosiveness. His movements are
So
fast
what
and
I'm
precise.
hearing is that there's a distinction between amplification and output. But
You mean
like
reinforce? Hold on.
oh,
So he
reinforcement.
says
Yeah, reinforcement.
his output's high, and he releases cursed energy. Okay, so that would just mean by one way or another that increase of cursed energy is amping physical stats because they're talking about a fist fight right now. Unless, right, we're talking about his output's high and he releases cursed energy with nearly instantaneous explosiveness. Unless when he says releases, like the instantaneous explosiveness part, unless that would be referring to his ability. But if we're referring to this specific panel, it would be to a fist fight.
Yeah, I think whenever he says "oh" and he releases it with like near instantaneous explosiveness, it's just referencing he's flowing he's able to flow his cursed energy into this part of his body so that he's able to do his attack. That's how sorcerers fight. They flow cursed energy to make their attack stronger, right?
Yeah, and if
so
there's
whenever
more
he
cursed
he
energy,
releases it, he's flowing it into a specific place, right? Also, this is the statement I was talking about. He says blah blah blah. His cursed energy is filling up again. Unless you think that he's feeling it beyond his normal maximum. Don't know where you'd get that from, but
wait, hold on. Hold on. So what did you send in? So what you just sent in evidence, right? He writes, "Regular for appearance, which powers one do you want? How does this make any sense? Here's energy is filling up again. Complete manifestations. That means he hasn't shown his full power yet. Well, again, I'm just rereading this fight.
Yeah, she just
I'm
she just
unsatisfied.
gives him more cursed energy, or in the sense
Granted
that she's
blast.
constantly
He
refilling him.
deflected with his bare hands. Boom. You remind us of Kotsu. And I break that surface like thin ice. I don't hit the person. I hit the surface of the scalp. My opponent, the icebreaker of law. Never hit my own technique before.
Let me show you this fraud Yuta.
Why do you think Yuta's a fraud?
Yeah, I don't like him. Okay.
Why do you not like Yuta?
He's ugly as shit. And
You just don't like him because he's ugly?
And he's weak. That boy might lose to Yuji.
I mean, I do think that base Yuta does lose to Yuji, but I think with Rika it'd probably be bad. Although maybe
Uh,
not current. I don't know. Depends on how because like unironically this might change how strong I think that like this Yuta is or how like blah blah.
you see how he gets Yuta literally gets blocked by Aura, and he's
Everything.
gone with
He
base.
wasn't using his full power. I don't get it. Okay, Yuta, what'll it be? I don't get his percentage. Rika Kotsu's external cursed and he can store cursed energy for him. Rika remained with him after Rika Orimoto passed away. While connected, the ring read long as possible. One, cursed techniques use Rika's complete manifestation. Cursed energy supply from Rika. Okay, so yeah, his output wouldn't increase.
Okay, so he doesn't get stronger.
Yeah, so he doesn't get stronger. I'm okay with that.
Yay! So
We could have
then,
just solved this if we had sent these panels at the start.
so then it just gets into whether or not you think 120% UG is above EA UG. And my reasoning is just he's in the flow because of Black Flash. He's rage amped, and he stated he's weakened afterwards. Or he stated he's weakened when else is this? When he like swaps hands with when he's fighting Yuta.
Yeah, but I think the big thing is that Choso makes like a direct statement that like he's like a fucking monster. So I guess like but then I guess you could say like, oh well, he's
Referencing his fight with
he's
Yuji,
referencing his previous fight with
not.
Yuji. He'd not be referencing.
Yeah.
Although wait, was he there at all for the fight with Mahito? I'm pretty sure he was, right? Cuz when
Nope.
Kenjaku appeared.
That boy, when he was sitting there having a mental breakdown now because he realized that Yuji was his brother.
No, I'm talking about after, like during the Mahito fight when Kenjaku or at like right when Kenjaku appears and fucking
Yeah,
he realizes that
he's
it's
there
the
for
fucking
when
dickhead.
yeah, he realizes Kenjaku is there, but that's only or he comes into the Kenjaku fight after after Mahito's already been absorbed and eaten.
So back to him.
I said I needed the
Okay, so by the time Choso appears, he'd be significantly weaker anyway, because he got hit by that one blast with Kenjaku. I'm trying to think if there's anything that I'm missing. I guess like generally speaking, I would just say that like even though like he's weaker, why do you think he would be that much weaker compared to 120% UG? Because we know that 120% UG suffered like a shitload of damage. I'm not going to disagree that like that UG is weakened. I do think that the UG that fought Yuta is weakened. I'm just curious why you think he's weakened below 120% UG. Like what would lead you to believe that?
Okay. One of them is in the the flow with Black Flash amps you to like a ridiculous extent, right?
Yeah, like you become a much better fighter when you're using Black Flash, when you're in Black Flash,
okay.
yeah.
And then after this fight, he not only does he not have the sensation anymore, but when he's fighting Yuta, he also doesn't have this rage, and we see that his rage should also make him stronger. Same way when he learns how to control his fear makes him stronger against Choso, and he's able to beat up Choso.
Well, yeah, no, I'm not saying that Yuji is at full power. I'm saying why do you think like because Yuji is very clearly like extremely injured when he punches like by the time he lands his Black Flash on Mahito, right? Like I can give you all of the examples of like all the times where he's been fucked up, right? He got fucked up when like right after Anonymous died, he got his ass beat then, he got Black Flashed, he's like gotten fucking parts of his mouth torn off, he's been fucking tanking punches from Mahito the entire fight. Yeah, so like
Like, I'm saying
hold on.
that
No, I don't disagree with that. But what I'm saying is we're talking about the Yuji, right? I know that Mahito has been as well. But what I'm saying is that so we're talking about the true form Mahito that appears on this panel, right? Not like some hypothetical 100% healed true form Mahito. What I'm talking about is this Yuji, right? He's been through a lot of fighting. He's been getting beat up for a while. Or not beat up, but like he's taken a pretty good amount of damage, like one whole Black Flash's worth of damage, right? And he literally says like, yeah, like, you know, my like Yuji literally makes the statement like I'm fine except for where I got hit with the Black Flash. So like Yuji's definitely weak.
But I don't think he is. Same way
Huh?
he thinks that I need to keep moving, and he thinks everything's fine after he after like Sukuna kills everyone, but then he has a breakdown after Mahito brings it up again. So like I don't think he's
Well, he has a
actually fine.
breakdown
Like
when Mahito. Well, he has a breakdown when Mahito kills Nanami
well,
for
when
one.
Mahito kills more people, but I'm saying like he isn't actually fine. He doesn't get rid of. He isn't like suddenly resistant to all of this like mental damage that he's gone through.
Oh, well, you
But
do.
now
Yuji,
he's
how are
just
your injuries? I'm good, except for where I got hit by Black Flash. I think that's because of
yeah.
Sukuna. I can tell this.
He's saying he's good in the
His
sense that
strength
he
is
isn't injured
growing.
as
Yuji.
significantly.
Yeah, I'm
Like
just reading. I'm just reading through it. Like,
yeah.
hold on. Hold on. Maybe you don't know this about me. I'm a pretty honest debater. I'm not gonna sit here and like rat with you and play some like rat game. If you're right on scans, you're right on scans. Like, I don't like in terms of like this is why I prefer IRL because I do like autistic levels of fucking research on most of the shit that I'll debate. Like if you're right, I'll just admit that you're right and I'll concede. You know, I don't even need a judge for this because it's gonna turn out like either like I don't know how you debate, but if I'm like just wrong, I'll just concede. Um,
Okay.
I can no longer stay with everyone. Are you okay? I also killed your little brothers. It's okay. It was the misunderstanding. I son catches you to take my place. Here, let's go. Right now, I have to take her as many career spirits as possible. So he's beating up career spirits. Here's some piercing blood. Yuji, incredible. He's already impressed me with the power from when we fought Syntha. He's had a finesse, fluid control of cursed energy, along with unreal physical strength. He's now a demon god. He's not even fully recovered yet. Are you still calling that as precious as ever? I'll keep calling that over and over after try to collect it all. So yeah, all this just says he's not at full strength. I'm not even seeing like the major mental nerf that you're talking about because I'm pretty sure it would have overcome it in the Mahito fight, unless it
The
comes up
major
again in the
mention
Yuta
of
talk.
the major mental nerve that I'm talking about is
What
literally
is
do you
the
not see
blood?
his reaction when Kenjaku leaves with Gojo? And then you also see like what's his name? The fact that all of his literally didn't Miwa get like hit with no, it's literally just he sent out curse spirit. He like him allowing Kenjaku to escape has inadvertently led to the death of millions of people because Kenjaku just sucked like 10 million curses on him, right? So like 10 million curses on him. So Yuji not being able to, or Yuji's weakness when after he fights Mahito, and the fact that Yuji can't take Kenjaku down, it should be weighing on his mind because that's led to the death of more people.
Wait, but is there?
More
Hold on.
people.
Is there any like statements about this? Because to my understanding, Yuji like during his fight with Mahito, he overcomes these kinds of ideas of like there's only like so much that like I can like do or whatever the fuck, right? I thought that was like
No,
the whole point of him fighting
against
Mahito.
against
If there's a
Mahito,
statement again, if there's a statement again that he's like mentally nerfed, then like I'll agree with you. But like I'm just
because
like this is why I'm rereading the
that's the
YouTube
Yuta
shit.
statement I
On
sent at
your
the
side,
start.
I'm on your side. Your code's to your right. A code's the second. Your Shira mentioned. You're like Gojo Sensei is
I
a
mean,
special. Yeah, blah
physically and
blah. It's not
emotionally.
here. They start chasing after each other. Jumps over. I was sure I sliced him. I can't shake this guy out in the open. It's not my chance to dart inside. Voila, surprise. Actually, on the weaker side, exact opposite of me. I'm done talking now. Seriously. The flow of energy for an elite sorcerer is difficult to read, but for different reasons than you. An elite sorcerer has great accuracy when it comes to control cursed energy, which makes it difficult until the moment is executed. But this guy, his whole body and his katana are constantly surging with cursed energy. Problem isn't reading his moves. His attacks are decisive, plus he can keep damage to a minimum. Sorry, but I can't die just yet. First I need to do something about that katana. Blah. A knife, where do you get that? Use it with cursed energy. Blah blah blah. Too focused on my katana. He breaks the katana. Robo, of course, he's good since it's never gonna be easy. What's going on here? We're just playing Rika. Just Gianna to come from hold still for me. Fucking stabs Itadori. Sukuna's fucking laughing at him. Choso finishes up his fight with Naya. Looks like you're hurt, Naya. That's tough.
Man,
But is there a scan you need, like, specifically?
there is no
I'm just
scan.
looking. I'm just looking for the fight in total for where Yuji would say that he's like super mentally nerfed, that he like wants to die. What a relief! I was just starting to. I was thinking. Okay, this is the conversation. This is the only conversation that would matter. So I put on an act. Blah blah blah. Whereas me guys want to see you. Instead of allowing a different executioner or having all information, I decided to work around what's best. Then then why am I still alive? Because reverse your heart stopped. My stage why are you doing all this? Because you're important to people who are important to me. My two bullets power can handle, blah, blah, blah. You aren't to blame. I don't understand. It isn't about whether or not it's my fault, but yeah, sure. So, like, it still weighs on his conscience, but, like, it's not, like, nerfing him.
It weighs on his consciousness, but it's not nerfing him.
So, if it would nerf him, it would be the same way that he's being nerfed in, like, the Higuruma fight and shit. Like, unless you think Higuruma fight, Yuji is weaker than 120% Yuji.
Wait a minute. Yuji doesn't... Okay, wait. Even if you agree, Dak, or even if we get into, he isn't holding back, or he isn't weakened, or he should be weakened to the same
and
extent.
Yuji is, like, gonna be nerfed then, like, up until, like, Jesus Christ. When does he fucking get that shit off his chest?
Wait, I'm saying the mental nerf thing shouldn't really matter too much, because if he still has let's say he isn't mental enough, right? He also has the extra injuries he got from Kenjaku, right? And then he also has the fact that he doesn't like fighting people.
Yeah, but he says that he's okay with. Yeah, but he said that he's like okay, except for where he got hit with Black Flash. I mean that because remember a lot of time has passed, so it's like all the attacks from Kenjaku like didn't really hurt him that much. So, like, my whole point is that he'd be significantly stronger than, like... Yeah, no, I don't think the Kenjaku... Well, no, because he literally says that the part that still hurts is the Black Flash, means that the rest of, like...
He says, I'm fine, except for the part that got hit with Black Flash. I think that's a comparative thing. He's comparing where he got hit by a literal Black Flash to all of the other injuries he's had. So
no, it's
very clear.
This is a body statement. Choso literally says, "How are you feeling?" And then he says, "I'm fine, except for where I got hit with Black Flash."
Okay. For example, if I punch C in the chest, wait, give me a second. Well, yeah, I need to leave, but what's his name?
Can we get this boring debate over with?
I mean, if you have to go, like, you pretty clearly know more about JJK. I'm okay with conceding and shit. If you have to go, you're winning.
Cool.
Jax is so base, so masculine, so manly.
Thank you. All right, I'm gonna finish up this tier list. If you want to debate me on like a topic I'm good on, huh?
Yeah, we
Jax,
can.
me and you.
Yeah, if you want to run me on a topic I'm good on later, we can.
I bet.
Was that Talon with an aura? I want to.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's so bull.
Jax,
Bro, that's not Talon. That's Raul.
What? Who's on here? In terms of like, who do I even know on this list? Alex Jones. What the fuck? Why is he on here? Oh no. This is the ace that I know.
Wait, where's Jin? Jin, we're doing Nanami versus Megami, right?
Is that bro? Every time you